Once again, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Hot Jobs at Higher Military. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I'm joined today with two of my favorite account managers, Matt and Paul. And if anyone has joined us before, you know I love to start this with an icebreaker. So today, my question of the day is, what was your first job? If you're tuning in, let me know in the chat. I would love to know, what was your very first job? Now, my job, I was a bagger at our neighborhood grocery store, and I actually earned enough money that one summer to buy my first car, and it was $1,000, and it was this 1970-something Cadillac. It was literally the size of a house, and it was marvelous. It was wonderful. So, Matt, what was your first job?
I was a dishwasher at a restaurant in Washington State. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Paul, first job.
Yeah, well, Olivia, you and I have similar stories. My first official job was also a grocery bagger and a cart retriever at a local grocery store. So, and the same thing, you know, it wasn't just a summer job. I started right off at 14, saved up, bought my first car. So really valuable experience.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's honest work. I love it. I love it. Well, let's get started. We're going to throw Paul into the spotlight here because I have questions. I always have questions. Paul, So just to get us started, tell us a little bit about what SkillBridge is.
Yeah, SkillBridge. It's a career skills program rolled out by the DoD about 2011. Amazing program for people transitioning out of the military. You get to set yourself up with a company, perform an internship with your last 180 days of service. Your military pay and benefits stay in place. You get to grow your network, build connections within a company, and put your foot in the door. You're setting your first impression with a company that you really want to work with. And at the end of the process, they're going to evaluate your experience and interview you for a full-time role. So it really sets you up for post-transition success. That part of your transition is a lot more clear. So it's a huge weight off the shoulders of our transitioning service members.
So it sounds like it's kind of like try before you buy, almost like for both the employer and the service member.
Yeah, I was going to say both ends. You know, the employer gets to see what type of talent and skill set you bring to the table, and then vice versa. You get to get a great bead on company culture. You can start setting yourself up as a mentee kind of relationship. Find those senior leaders who will guide you through the process, tell you about their experience. I mean, those are invaluable connections that you're making, and the DoD sets you up to do that. As a civilian, that's a lot harder to do from the outside, to set yourself up in the same way. So very advantageous.
Yeah, it's a tremendous opportunity. So please tell me, Paul, how does Higher Military help with all of this?
Yeah, so Higher Military is what I would call the facilitator, right? We help bridge the gap between employer and the transitioning service member. And on the same line, we also work with the service member. So I'll start with the employer. We work with employers every day to figure out what positions they would like to post and kind of guide them on how that veteran talent is going to support their business needs moving down into the future. And so we're always talking about locations, job roles, how to message those roles to the service member and things like that. And then on the service member side, when they're creating profiles, we work with them. We evaluate their profile, look at their resume, talk about their experiences, and then we start to think to ourselves, okay, what companies might this person be a really good candidate for? And then we connect them to the employer so that they can interview and then facilitate the paperwork on the back end too. We work with their commands and get everything going.
Awesome. So we're here to talk about jobs. We've got so many fantastic opportunities. I'm going to start with you, Matt. I know you've got some exciting things to talk about today. Let's just dive in. So the first one I'm looking at here is with a company called Premise in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Please tell me more.
Yeah, so Premise is focused on data collection. A big part of what they do, or they're trying to expand upon. This one specifically is focused in Central Asia. The position's in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, but again, the focus is Central Asia. So basically collecting information into this cloud type device where people can find as much information as they want to. The way they described it to me was going out on a patrol, or for a military type, or you're going into an area you're not familiar with. Somebody has already gone out and gathered all of this information together, and it's uploaded into the system to where you can basically find all of that information. So whoever's filling this position works with the customers on what they need, what they want, and they basically start working with other people to make sure that information gets put into the system.
Awesome. And did you know, I posted about this last week, Virginia is considered one of the most veteran-friendly states in the country. So yeah, if there's opportunity in Virginia, jump on it. Yeah, it sounds fantastic. So let's move on. Oh, this is tremendous. I say this every week. Remote positions are the unicorn. I mean, maybe it's not for everyone, but some of us really love working from home, right? So tell us about these opportunities at Crowdstrike.
Yeah, so Crowdstrike's really big into like the IT, cybersecurity. I've been seeing a ton of posts lately on all the awards they've been receiving. But all these positions I have with them are remote, so you can work from wherever you want to, wherever you want to retire from, or wherever you want to transition to whenever you get out of the military. A lot of great IT, cybersecurity opportunities to where technical account managers. There's project management positions available. I got 4 remote ones available right now. We have a ton of other, IT and cyber ones available on the website, but these ones are specific to Crowdstrike. Great opportunities. We post about them all the time. I've had a lot of people reach out about this company in particular. They're growing. It's only getting bigger from here, especially the remote stuff. Like, you're given a lot more flexibility with schedules, things like that, to where, getting out of the military, it's really nice. Work for me right now, transitioning out, I get to work around different schedules, and I get to kind of do what I need to do while still getting my work done at home. It's a great opportunity.
So I would like to encourage anyone tuning in, if you know someone transitioning, please tag them in the comments. Our account managers will go back through after we're done today and just make sure we reach out to everyone. We'll get you guys whatever links you need. If you need more information, we'll show you where to go to register. So just tag people in the comments if you know someone who this information could be useful to. We'd really love to just help out as many people as we possibly can and get the word out. So let's move on. We have got, this was my exciting news today. We've got multiple project manager positions for Samit. Please tell me more.
Yeah, Samit Corporation. So they're really big into construction. They build a lot of medical facilities, education facilities, things like that. They're based in North Carolina. So there's 5 different locations where these are available. So one is in Greensboro, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, and then Savannah, Georgia. So a lot of the skills that people in the military, especially if you've been in for up to 20 years, you come out with a lot of leadership skills, working with projects within the military. So it's a great skill that can transfer over into the real world. They do want some sort of project manager experience. But again, this is big into construction. So in my opinion, I hear construction, I'm reading the job description, I think engineers. That's a very big MOS within the military, but just anyone with like an engineer, combat engineer background, worked anything with like construction. They look for heavy equipment operators, you name it. If you have any type of background in that field, quality assurance, leading teams of people. This is something that people will get out of the military with a lot of skill in. They're looking for people with some type of business administration degree, but it's open to a lot of different folks out there that have this background of leading teams, supervising, just a lot of those softer skills that we come out with. But again, looking for people that have the experience with construction, building, things of that nature.
And from what I understand, they're looking for 5. Like there's actually 5 openings. So, and these are all incredible locations. So,
Yep.
yeah, this sounds pretty fantastic. I hope someone jumps on this. Before we move on, Matt, I would love to know any sort of SkillBridge tips that you might have to share with our audience.
Yeah, so there's a couple of them for me, because I'm doing my SkillBridge internship right now with Higher Military. So I'm, expecting to retire here the next few months. The best thing you can do ahead of time, just talk to your chain of command. Mine was a little more short timeline with trying to get started, but you have that. Really, it's a 12-month window where you can get on the website, you can create an account. It's the 6 months, that 180 days where you can actually conduct the internship. So that extra 6 months is for interviewing, the administrative process of getting all the paperwork done. But talk to your chain of command during that time and just give them a window. Like, hey, I think from September to December, that's the window where I want to do my SkillBridge because I retire in January. That'll give your chain of command the heads up on, hey, this person's going to be gone. They can figure out, who's going to take your place, start working the manpower issues. That's like the reason some of these get denied or they get cut in time, because the commands aren't necessarily, they're not really available to give up that person for that long, because some of these can last up to 3 months.
Gotcha.
So giving them the heads up ahead of time, that's a really big one. Probably one of the things that slows down the process. And then during that 6-month timeline, you want to apply for things, start looking at what the certifications are, what the requirements are. That's a lot of time for you to get a head start and figure out what you can do to make yourself more marketable, more competitive. I think more competitive is the right answer, making sure you're actually qualified for that job.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you for that, Matt. We have more opportunities. Oh my goodness. We have so many opportunities. Let me put Paul in the spotlight. Paul, you've got some really cool opportunities here. The first one is with Satellite Industries. Please tell me more.
Yeah. So Satellite Industries, right? They are into this, they're a sister company to Satellite Shelters. And what this role is it's customer service based, but it's out of Dahlonega, Georgia, or Plymouth, Minnesota. And what they're really focused on is coordinating business needs between vendors. They are routing orders that are going between their project managers, maintenance techs, all that type of stuff. Really, you're the bloodline of the company. If y'all don't know too much about Satellite Shelters and Satellite Industries, they're in the construction space, modular building, portable restroom spaces, things like that. The housing market and construction market is out of control right now, right? I've read an article where it says some construction companies are turning down offers, right? There's just too much to handle. And Satellite Industries and Shelters is in the thick of things with that. So customer service specialists working with regional managers, area managers, really people interested in solving problems collaboratively, customer service focus, really good opportunity to get into the construction space and not necessarily in things like project management or the construction itself.
Gotcha. And from what I understand, they are a family-owned company.
Yes.
They've got excellent company culture. So yeah, I've heard great things about Satellite Industries and Shelters. So they're looking for something else. Regional specialists, please tell me more about that.
Yes. So the regional specialist is more business operations. Think of it with the aspect of working with a regional or higher management. And what you're doing is you're really building their book of business and helping them reach out to both customers that are already existing and potential external customers. And so you're working on the internal side, you're working with companies to make sure that their business needs are met. How do I make this business more efficient? How can we be a better company for you? Are our products meeting your needs? Things like that. And then on the external side, it's more of product info and knowledge, and you're really reaching out to see if Satellite could be a potential solution to your problem. So you work right under an area manager, and you're outbound and inbound. It's a really cool position and a great way to see all the underneath aspect of the construction industry.
Yeah, that sounds great. We have one more that we're spotlighting today, and this is one of my favorites, SurveyMonkey.
Yeah.
So before we talk about SurveyMonkey, I just want to encourage everyone again, if you have questions, leave them in the comments or in the chat. If you know someone transitioning, please tag them. We will go back through when we're done and we'll answer everyone's questions. We'll reach out to anyone tagged, and we just want to help you guys out the best way we possibly can. But Paul, tell me more about these awesome opportunities with SurveyMonkey.
Yes. No, SurveyMonkey is a position I will promote every time I have the opportunity to do so. They're a leading global software company focused on surveys, and curiosity is literally in their mission statement. They power the curious. They empower the curious. And what they're doing is working with companies to solve their most pressing questions in a technology efficient manner. And recently, they've become public within the past couple of years. They've really expanded into areas like privacy, security, compliance, those types of things where they're looking at market trends. They're looking at brand awareness, really cool stuff. And this is on the internal sales. So you're working almost like the satellite position, right? You're working with companies that already might have a established relationship. They at least know about SurveyMonkey and are interested in their products and services. And so you're working to bring on customers that SurveyMonkey will utilize and build that book of business. It's a great career for folks that might not know what exactly they want to do. Maybe they want to try something different than what they've done in the military. They know that they can work with people and they like building relationships and skills like that, but they might not know an industry that they want to get into. They might, like I said, they might want to try something different. And I think this is a great opportunity to build those revenue generating skills. In executive positions later on in life, that's what they're going to look at. What experience do you have growing business and growing revenue for a company? And this is the type of position where you can come in with virtually no experience, no education, and be on equal footing with everybody else. And as long as you're willing to learn and be coachable, you're going to move up and you're going to be successful. And it's a high earning career field too. So yeah, I love talking about SurveyMonkey.
Yeah, that sounds amazing all around, Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, so no one should feel intimidated to apply for this position.
No. I mean, it again, you don't really need the experience. They're looking for somebody that they can kind of coach, right? That doesn't already have any bad habits necessarily, and they can come in from the ground up.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, SurveyMonkey. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about. Oh, I didn't ask you, Paul.
Yeah.
Please tell me some SkillBridge tips you might have.
Sure. I think one is a lot of folks get kind of burdened down by their physical location. They might go to our site and, they might be in Hawaii or Illinois, right? And you go to our site and there might be only one or two, or maybe even no current opportunities in that actual state. But what they also don't do is they don't look at the nationwide remote location category. And so if you flip that up, it's going to bring up a bunch of opportunities, a great way to expand your search, because those positions can be done anywhere. You don't have to be in one spot or over the other. So I would encourage you to look at remote roles. Another one would be to allow some time in your search and build some time on the front end if you're planning to travel. Some people do travel to conduct their internships. And so you want to make sure that you have enough time, especially on the back end, right, to come back, do your out processing and get ready for any terminal leave. And then another one would be if you're looking at a specific company and you're looking at our site, you notice, well, we're not partnered with that company. If you have a point of contact, if you've been networking with somebody in that company, let us know, connect us to them, and we can help you set up a custom SkillBridge. There's companies out there that have never done a SkillBridge program, but the service member is really interested in an opportunity with them. We get it all set up for them, including the paperwork. So it's really an option to create kind of a custom one that's not out there for anybody else. I think that's a pretty cool opportunity. And then the last one really is we've mentioned it a few times before in other sessions, but just keep an eye out for our relaunched job site. It's coming soon. It's really going to be geared towards the veteran space, the mill spouse space, people that have already made that transition and can't really take advantage of SkillBridge, but they're looking for their next opportunity. That's our, we're re-rolling that out to make sure that we're addressing that space. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that sounds great. So how do we apply? Matt, tell me, it's pretty easy, right?
Yep. So just go over to hiremilitary.us. That's right there at the bottom of the screen. You go on there, you create your profile, have a current resume on there, and then what will happen is that we can see you on the website. Like, we can look at your profile, we can recommend internship opportunities, and you can also express interest by applying for those as well. One of the account managers, like me or Paul, will contact you, ask you for some information, sending back a resume to us that's targeted for that position, and then we send it over to the employer. It's actually very easy on the service members end to get into an interview. Basically, if they want to interview you, we conduct the handoff, like email, like, hey, here's this person, work out the interview process, and then we just kind of help you navigate the process of selection, getting all the paperwork done, like Paul was saying. But it's really easy. There's an app too you can get onto for Android, iPhone, whatever you have at your fingertips. Just get on there, just look around. It's really simple. You can navigate by location, you can navigate by keyword. You can do a lot of different things on there to be able to find what you're looking for. So, and just keep checking back, because new ones will pop up every couple of weeks. We update it frequently. Whenever something comes up, it gets updated almost immediately. So
I was going to ask.
looking. Yeah, keep looking. Don't give up, because I almost gave up. I looked at it a few months ago. I was like, oh, there's really nothing in like the Beaufort, South Carolina area where I'm at. The closest place is an hour and a half away in Charleston, or a little over an hour away in Savannah. I almost gave up on it and got told, man, look for SkillBridge. And I was like, well, there's that one company. Sure, I'll go check them out again. Found the remote section, like Paul was saying. I didn't even know that existed. And I found this, and here I am. So it's just a matter of just stay with it, be consistent, don't give up. And the cool thing about us is we're all, retired military. A couple of us are still active duty. We got spouses, military parents. Like, we all have some sort of investment with this community. So if we can't help you, we're going to find someone that can. We have a ton of resources, ton of connections with other companies, organizations that can help you. So if you're a month out from separation and it's too late, well, we have the veteran page that's going to be coming up soon. But also, we can send you a list of resources. Like, tell us what you need help with, and we can point you in the right direction and do that warm handoff with somebody else.
Perfect. I love it. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. We do this every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So come on back next week. If you know someone transitioning, let them know. But for now, we're just going to close this down. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Have a great week. And we'll see you guys again next time. Bye, everybody.